Hey folks, this is Vincent Lee with Dad's Gaming Addiction, and today we're going to quickly review the Search for Lost Species. This is a game for 1 to 4 players. It's for ages 14 and up, and the average play time is about 60 to 90 minutes. This is the second game in the Search for series, the first being the Search for Planet X. That's a game that I really enjoy playing and have covered recently. Renegade Games was also kind enough to send the Search for UAPs, which we'll get to hopefully soon. That is the third game in the series. I don't think there's a fourth. This is a cozy, I hesitate to use the word cozy game night because it's like midday, but it's a cozy game day here on this Sunday. So we're just going to pick a game, talk about it. In this case, we're going to talk about the Search for Lost Species. So, what is this game about? Well, like in the Search for Planet X, we're trying to find something special. In the Search for Planet X, we're trying to find, well, the mysterious Planet X. It appeared somewhere in the night sky, and it was up to us to figure out where it was on the board. And the way we did that, we had to use clues and logical deductions to first identify where the other stellar phenomena were, and then, based on their positions, figure out where Planet X was. In this game, we are looking for the elusive lost species. Now, unlike Planet X, it could be a number of lost species. We played this game using the Aru Flying Fox. The Aru Flying Fox is not adjacent to the Python, but you could, if you wanted to, pick some of these other ones, like the East Sepic Monkey Grasshopper, or the Cyoscops Owl, however you pronounce that. Each one has its own logical parameter, I guess. And so that's going to change the way you calculate where they may be on this board. Speaking of board, there are 2 sides of this board. There's a beginner side, which is what you see here, and the other side is a bit like thicker in terms of like the land mass. And I believe it has more spaces. I'm not entirely sure about that. But anyway, like in the Search for Planet X, the lost species is somewhere here, and we're trying to find it. And to find it, we have to deduce the locations of the other animals on the island. In this case, we've got lories, cuscuses. Is that the plural? Cusci. Yeah, we had to look up what a cuscus was, and the correct pronunciation. I was calling it couscous for the longest time, but that's like
a food.
Right. Yeah. So lories, cuscus, toads, python, truly empty areas, and the lost species, and they each have their own logic rules. Like the cuscus must be within 1 or 2 areas from both other cuscuses. The python cannot be next to a cuscus, and so on. So once you figure out where those animals are, you can start deducing where the other ones are, and then lastly where the lost species is. On top of that, you'll be able to research things via the mandatory app. Like in Search for Planet X, you have to use an app, and it's free to download, but it is required. The computer will generate a 4-digit code for you to use, and everyone can either use the same device or use different devices, so as long as they're entering the same code. And the code is, like, you can write that down up here. But yeah, you're going to get some research information that every time you visit a town, which is new to this game compared to Planet X, there's a town space there and a town space over there. When you visit a town, you get to take a card from this array here, and you get to ask one of the research topics, which again are included in the app, but I didn't write them down for this game. And these cards are completely new to the Lost 4 series. This is completely new, or the Search for rather. These cards typically give you some kind of one-time bonus. In this case, like make a move or make a survey by foot action cheaper, and once you use it, you discard it. Some of them are end game scoring cards, as indicated by the flag here, plus 1 point for every sighting that you do in a forest biome. The different spaces have like different biomes. There's the hills, there's the swamp, and the forest, or whatever that's called. So yeah, I believe there's 3 different biomes. There may be 4, but I've 3. Okay, yeah. So yeah, so you're going to be visiting settlements or towns in order to get cards and to ask the app questions about logical behaviors, where things are compared to other things. You can also survey by boat which means you go along the coast and you ask the app, so from here to here to here to here to here, out of these 5 spaces that I just moved through, I'm looking for lorries. How many are there in that range? And it'll tell you that. And you have to take that information, write it down, and then deduce later, what that all means. And you can also write down what your opponents are asking about. They won't give you, they are not required to tell you what the app tells them, but they have to tell you what they're looking for. So at least you know what they're doing and what they're looking for, and when to time certain sightings. Mm-hmm. Sightings, whenever you do know where something is, you will be able to place like sighting tokens face down as hidden information. Like, I think I know what this is. Later on in the game, it'll be revealed, and if you're right, you get bonus points for the end of the game. And the way that works is you've got a time track along the outside of the board. There's the player meeples in purple and red there. There's some other ones in the box, but this big brown one is like the expedition leader. Whenever it's furthest back, it moves on to the tan spaces on these boards and does something different. Typically, though, it allows you to place sighting tokens and then check ones that were already there. So in this case, it'll say place... Normally you'd place up to 2 sightings, 0, 1, or 2. That 2 has nothing to do with it. 0, 1, or 2 sightings, and then you put the number 2 token on top of it to show that this is the time that during this action here, I put a sighting token down. Because later, over here, you get to this number 2 with a check mark. You're going to check that to see if it's correct via the app. So this top number means place a sighting with that time token on top of it. This number below it means check the number 6. Check the number 6 as if they're out there. So that's what these 2 different numbers mean. And this means you get your town token back. You just can't keep visiting the town. You get to do that, then you have to give up your token. Then when the expedition leader reaches that spot and then activates again, you get it back. Mm-hmm. So yeah, there's a lot. I'm kind of like throwing a lot at you here, but that's the general gist of it. There's a time track. Furthest back it's to go next. Every action players do costs time, whether it be surveying by boat, whether it be visiting a town, whether it be surveying by foot, whether it be using a camera to get the exact thing that's at a location. It may be empty though. The lost species will appear as empty. So if you do get a camera on the lost species space and you check to see what it is, it'll come up as empty. So you don't know if it's truly empty or not. So yeah, that's the general gameplay flow. It's similar to Planet X, but not. So, Ida Lee, what were your thoughts on this game?
So, when I first played this, it was really difficult for me to grasp. I think we played it on Tabletop Sim.
Yeah, we demoed it, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I wasn't too fond of the whole movement thing. But the more I play it, this is the first time we played it on the board game, mm-hmm. like in a physical version. Mm-hmm. And it's very similar to the Tabletop Sim mm-hmm. On digital. And the more I play it, the more I like it. Mm-hmm. The more I feel smarter a little bit. Like I can actually solve a logic puzzle. Uh-huh. But man, some of the clues are really confusing sometimes. Like the wording, it's too sometimes a little bit not specific enough.
Yeah, like the one clue that threw me off, it was a clue about toads. Mm-hmm. Toads are adjacent to 2 other animal types, is what I wrote down. I thought each toad was adjacent to 2.
That's what I thought.
Not combined, they were adjacent to 2, because there's 2 toads somewhere on the board. And I thought like one toad was adjacent to 2 and another toad was adjacent to 2.
Yeah.
So that's what I thought. But that's not what the app meant. It meant out of both frogs or both toads, mm-hmm. they're adjacent to 2 different species.
And I completely missed the this, and that stinks because I think I probably would have won. But yeah, he did pretty well.
I did okay. I didn't destroy you. So the way you get scoring in this game, if you were the first player, mm-hmm. Like that's what these time tokens are about. Like in this case, I'm the only one that put a sighting here for my lorry. I found a lorry here. I put a sighting token down. She didn't. So I would circle that number space. It's number 1.
Mm-hmm.
So I would circle the number 1 space. And if you tie, you both circle it. So you count up how many spaces that you were the first to discover.
Mm-hmm.
And then you just put that in the box here. So I got 8. And then you count how many points you get for the sightings that you did do, regardless of when you did it. So I discovered 4 lorries. I got in red 1, 2, 3, 4, and I got 8, where she got only 2, 4, 6. She got 6 points for the lorries, and I got 8.
Mm-hmm.
That's just an example. So you're gonna get points for the cuscus, the frogs, the python, and then when you ask the app where the lost species is, it's going to ask you, okay, where do you think it is? And now give me 2 spaces and tell me what's in those spaces. The adjacent to it, so I had to put number 3 lorry and number 5 blank.
Mm-hmm.
And assuming I did that, and then I said, yeah, congratulations, you found the lost species. And the other player, depending on where they are on the time track, can do one final thing. They can either submit their own species, lost species, I keep wanting to say species X, the lost species on where it is, and if they're correct, they get like a consolation prize.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where this 12, 10, 8, 6, 4 comes. Depending on how far back they are on the time track, they get different varying points. Or they can report so many more sightings. In this case, and she's 4 spaces back, so she could do 2 more sighting tokens to try and get some extra points for endgame.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's other ways, and there's also these cards, like I said, that give you endgame bonuses. 1 point for every cuscus that you find, and 3 points for every python that you find. And I got 6 there, so I got 52, and she got like 42. So yeah, It was close. It was still close.
Yeah, it was pretty good. And as soon as he found it, I was pretty behind, you know.
You were flustered.
I was flustered. I was very flustered because there was 2 little spots where like everything could have changed. So I just completely guessed, and it worked out. And I was like, oh, wait a second, this does make sense. It was like Sudoku. If you guess on a number, everything just fits.
Right, exactly.
So that's what happened to me. And I know my handwriting's a little chicken scratch.
I don't know what you're talking about. My eyes are going cross-eyed right now.
You should see his face right now. He's like, jeez. And I didn't even write any actions or anything, so.
You didn't?
No, I didn't. Look, it was all blank.
Okay. Well, I wrote some of yours down. Like, I only wrote it down if I didn't know anything about that. Like,
okay.
I found the lorries first, like almost right away. So when you asked about lorries, I didn't bother writing them down because I already knew.
I definitely used
You piggybacked.
For that.
Yeah, you piggybacked on my sightings.
I was like,
Yeah. That's the only thing I don't like. Despite how well I was doing, like I was ahead of her, she was just like, oh, well, you're going to put a sighting down? I'll put a sighting down. I'm pretty sure I know what it is.
Yeah.
And you put them down in order based on who's furthest back on the time track.
Mm-hmm.
And in most cases, I was furthest back.
Mm-hmm.
But even then, she was making some educated guesses on where everything was.
Yeah. These 2 was an absolute guess. Like, when I explored here by foot, it said there was 2 cuscuses on these 3, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't even know which ones. So then you put down 2, and I was like, it's got to be those 2.
Yeah, I got super lucky in the beginning of the game.
Mm-hmm.
First, I found the lorries.
Wow.
Here within 2 turns.
Wow.
I knew where they were, all 4.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went from here to here and looked for cuscus.
Oh.
And I got 3. And I'm like, okay, so it's either 1, 2, 3 or 1, 2, 3.
I literally spent the whole game trying to find them. So I was like, okay, I got some information on the python. The python's not next to a cuscus. So, like, if I can find the python, maybe I can, like, cross out a bunch of cuscus locations. Man, that's pretty good.
I got lucky. But I think that's the only reason I won was because I got lucky on that. It was on my 3rd turn. I got that 9 through 12.
Wow, dude.
3 cuscus there.
So
and then I looked for the python between 7 and 10. And I found 1. So I'm like, okay, so the python is somewhere in this area. I don't know where. And then they can't be next to a cuscus. So I'm like, okay, so I started eliminating spaces based off that.
Yeah.
And plus the lost species couldn't be next to a python. So I was starting to slowly like...
I'm so mad that I completely forgot it. That should have been on the paper. I wish I wrote that down. I'm so mad
hello.
at myself.
Hello. I wrote it down right here.
Oh, let's play again. Let's play again.
That's the first thing I did. Lost species not adjacent to Python. I wrote that down. Just because I knew I'd forget about this.
Oh man, I completely forgot about it.
So what did you think? I mean, do you like? I'm just curious. Do you like this better than Planet X, or do you like Planet X better, or is it? Do you have to be in the mood? I'm writing my review of this game, and I admitted in that review that I can't decide which one I like better because it depends on my mood. I feel like Lost Species is more accessible to the first timer because it's a theme that is easy to get into. It's not as complicated, I think. To me, I think this game is less complex than Planet X.
I agree. If I want something quick and I want to like play a logic game, I'll play this. But for Search for Planet X, I gotta like hype myself up and be like, okay, let me prepare a little bit, but I still have fun with it, like either way. So
and I find the AI for this game, the bot, to be easier in this game than it is in Planet X.
Can you customize the difficulty? I think you can, right?
In this app, there's an easy and hard, and you can also give yourself more starting information, like 0 to 12, I think it is, or something like that.
Okay.
Whereas in Planet X, I don't remember what the difficulty settings were there off the top of my head. When I'm recording on my phone and my app is on my phone, so I can't pull up both at the same time.
Yeah.
So the app is there, and again, I'm able to beat the app. I'm able to beat the bot with this game, but I'm not able to beat the game regularly. The bot on Planet X.
Yeah.
Very rarely do I do. And typically when I play Planet X, I give myself an advantage.
Yeah.
I make my actions cheaper so that I get maybe a couple more actions than the AI overall, because he's just super smart about everything he's doing. So that's frustrating when you're playing against the computer whose logic is infallible.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That gets me nervous to play, what is it called?
The search for UAPs.
Oh man, that doesn't have like rotating.
It has a rotating Earth and modifiable sectors. So like this sector you can't do photos, or this sector you can't do this, or this sector you get an extra research or something like that.
I have a feeling that after we play that, I'm gonna want to play this for a little bit of a less,
Yeah, to wind down.
Yeah, to wind down.
Yeah. This is a huge hit for me, Lost Species. Planet X, both the Search for Lost Species and the Search for Planet X, those are one of my two top favorite games, I think.
Yeah, I'm really starting to, like, the more I play this, the more I'm really, really enjoying it. I only wish that there was more. Like, the board was bigger and there were more cards.
Flip this over. Well, I don't know about bigger, but let me see if I can find.
A different variant, right?
Well, it's this.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
So instead of this long, easier thing, I think it's the same amount of spaces, but it's just clumped.
Because you're kind of
you have less boat actions. You have to use land, the more expensive survey by land actions to get to the middle.
Yeah.
And then there's mountains, which mess with adjacencies and all that stuff. But
that's cool. I like that.
Yeah, but I don't think there's more spaces. I just think it's just shaped differently.
Okay.
But yeah, so the Search for Lost Species, a huge thumbs up. Even the player screens are great. I love that they give us little information, like information about the lorries and stuff like that, like little educational tidbits. There's some in the rulebook. In case you want to know, there's here's the box insert. I try to show this off as much as can. This is very leathery in its feel. That's really cool. And then
it smells amazing too, like when you first open it.
This is, I guess, educational stuff. I'm not sure. Environmental friendly.
Oh.
What I don't care for are these storage envelopes. I can't fit anything in these. They just bulk up, and then they're meant to hold the tokens and stuff and the meeples, but like they bulk up and they don't fit right in here. So I'm just not going to use them. But I appreciate what they're trying to do with this storage solution. But
I like this.
I know you. I don't like them. It's not practical. They especially with the meeples, they don't close.
Maybe you're
very
not
well.
supposed to put that there. Maybe just the purple tokens.
Well, it says it right on here. What goes in them? I'm pretty sure. Maybe, I don't know. Anyway, the search for lost species. Huge thumbs up from us. Give it a look. Check it out.
The only quick. The only issue that I have with it is that we were having a tough time trying to figure out when this guy activates. Like, is it as soon as he lands on it, and like right after we move, or is it like?
I looked it up. I just didn't read it close enough.
Okay.
It was when he's furthest back. He activates whatever space he's on, and then he moves.
Oh, okay.
So he activates that and then moves, and then doesn't do anything when he lands on it. It's just when everyone passes him up again, then he activates this. He does his thing, and then he moves up, and that's it.
Okay. I think that's probably the only issue that I don't like is because I'm just waiting to get my town tokens back because I just want to visit the town and I just want the first and the second clue of the lost species. Otherwise, I'm just like twiddling my thumbs. But yeah, no, I love this game. This game is a huge thumbs up.
Great.
Yeah.
All right. The search for lost species. This is Vincent Idley. Thanks for watching. We'll catch y'all next time. Take care.